The Bucs had 4 turnovers, 11 penalties. That'll drive the GOAT crazy. And here's the key quote: at least a half dozen dropped passes. A half dozen dropped passes? Well, the GOAT was the GOAT, like all time. I don't know that you've ever seen him play a better regular season game than
Skip, you
this.
saw the one Godwin drop.
Yeah, okay.
And that was a more difficult catch than the one he caught in Green Bay. Skip, remember he was spinning around, he ended up catching it?
If we could see that, that's late, and that's with 5 minutes left in the game. And the point of that one was this one is the game breaker. If you catch it, you might score, and it's just going to be history. The game is going to be over at that point.
But see, Skip, people criticizing Tom. Once he sees the coverage, he should start getting wide. Tom is throwing it over that shoulder to keep him away from the safety. Once he takes off, if he starts to get wide, now Tom can hit him up the rail.
You know, honestly, I don't know that you can throw a better ball than that.
Right.
I just don't know. I know he had to reorient. He had to change direction.
Yes, but you got to catch it still.
Okay, it hit him right in the hands.
Yes.
So my point is, you did that one, and then if we see an earlier one to AB, these are both big third down. These are both third down throws, and I'm saying, seriously, that happened? We've got the one. This is to AB early in the game when it's a 3rd and 5, and he hits him just in a hole in the zone, and this is a big play. This is going to be a big play, and AB, you know, they could have gone and scored. They had to punt after that. Right? Okay, so there's another one.
You're in field goal range at least.
At least field goal range. But my point is, Jared Bell says by his eye test, at least a half dozen drops.
Right.
Well, so you're up against the GOAT at his greatest and a Tampa defense that pressured Dak 22 times to Brady's 8. And remember, I'm playing with no Zach Martin. He is, to me, my best offensive lineman because he's a little bit younger and still stronger than Ty Smith, who played very well last night, or Lyle Collins, who stuck it out, made it through the whole game and played pretty well. And my 2 younger guards played okay. The 2 Connors played okay, except Connor Williams had a huge late holding penalty.
That had another one that they didn't call.
I agree. but he's trying to block Vita Vea, and Vita Vea just runs him over. I mean, it's a mismatch of size because Connor Williams is an undersized guard to start with, and he just gets bulldozed.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He just got bulldozed.
All right, so my point is, you're up against a defense that is just nasty, that at the end of the year last year was playing at the highest level of any defense. And to be able to at least keep Dak upright, he only went down via Shaq Barrett one time in the game. I was astounded by that you don't have Zach Martin and you kept him upright except for 1 sack. Again, he got pressured 22 times, but at least he was able to stand tall and get rid of the ball and keep you in the game.
I really like the game plan. Skip, they just abandoned the run. They're like, we're not going to run. We're going to run here or there just to let them know that we can run the ball, but we're not really.
Their best road grader is Zach Martin, and Zeke said the other day he's the best player on the best player, and we run behind Zach. But Zeke to Zach.
I still don't believe they're going to run the football, but what it did is that they used their short passing game as the run. All those jailbreak screens to Amari and the CD Lamb, that was their running game, kind of like the West Coast offense and Bill Walsh. He said the short passing game is our running game. It's an extension of the running game, and that's what you saw. They were trying to bring pressure, and you find guys just sitting in the hole. I'm like, Todd, why you keep bringing pressure? You're leaving guys wide open. But I've always felt the secondary was the weak link. That front 7, if they can get pressure, now the back 4 is okay. But if they don't get pressure, those guys are really average across the back, Skip. And what it also tells me is that I don't care who your quarterback is. If you don't pressure that quarterback, what Dak did, what Tom Brady did, 30 out of 32 guys will light you up just like that if you don't pressure.
I'm going to remind you, early on, Sean Murphy bunting on the first CD touchdown catch. Dislocated his elbow. They said he's going to be okay and shouldn't be out too long. It looked pretty bad to me. But again, you're losing a starting corner, and they had to go with Jamel Dean, who played a lot last year and pick 6 to Aaron Rodgers.
He's a tall corner, which doesn't move really well. He's really tall. You want cornerbacks not as tall, Skip, and you want them to be able to be fluid through the hip to open and run. His change of direction is not very good. Now, when Murphy Buntings did that, I tweeted, I did my elbow the exact same way. I missed 4 weeks. And people like, 4 weeks? Yeah, I missed 4 weeks. Because they were treating me, and I asked Greek, can I order these equipment for myself? So everything that they had at work, Skip, I ordered for myself, treated myself
Well,
around
maybe
the clock.
Murphy Bunting is just tougher than you are. Maybe he'll come back faster.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, Neville Gallimore dislocated his.
He did. I got it. Jordan Whitehead has a hamstring pull. He is the starting other safety to Antoine Winfield. He did not play. Mike Edwards played for him, and then Mike Edwards cramped and was out, and they went all the way down to Andrew Adams from the practice squad. They had to elevate him from the practice squad
But he
yesterday.
just got there.
And there he is, and he's in the game, grabbing Blake Jarwin and holding him for a pass interference. And then he also made a play on Zeke. And by the way, this is another play that was a key turning point. If we could see this.
This is the game right here.
It could be, because this is the opening drive of the second half, and you can seize control of this. 3rd and 2, and they run a little wishbone pitch.
Blake Jarwin, what are you doing?
Yep. And the point is, the block is completely whiffed, just completely whiffed. But once upon a time, I got to tell you, once upon a time, the explosive Ohio State Zeke,
No, Skip.
he would have made the practice squad miss. That's Andrew Adams.
Skip,
okay?
You got a tight end on a safety. He's supposed to take that safety and walk him out the back of the end zone and dump him on his back.
Okay.
If you want to watch the game, buy a damn ticket.
Okay.
Son, block it. What you looking around for?
Okay, nobody ever accused Blake Jarwin of being a great
But
blocker.
Skip, you got to Skip. That's a tight end on the safety.
All right. Okay. And he missed all of last year and has played very little in the preseason, so he missed his block. But there was a day when Ezekiel Elliott would have run Andrew Adams over or made him miss. One or the other, he would have gotten the ball to pay dirt, because that's who he was and what he used to do. And I think he's going to be much better than he was a year ago. But we both said yesterday they will probably abandon the run, and they did. And what did he end up with? He
39?
He had 39 total
33.
yards, but I had 39 because he caught 6.
Right.
So he had 39 because he had 2 catches for 6 yards. So
11 carries for 33, and one of them was a 13-yard burst up the sideline.
Okay, so the rest of them averaged 2 yards, with 10 for 20 were the rest of them. Okay, so he was little to no factor. But you want to talk about blitz pickup last night? He was jacking people up, including Devin White. One time he just rocked Devin White.
And that's what I tell you. But what did he do, Skip? He closed the distance. He saw where he was. He said, I'm going to meet you in the hole. You let that guy get a head start, and you try to sit back there, he's going to sit you in Dak Prescott's lap.
Okay.
Zeke is unbelievable at blitz pickup.
Maybe at the top of the list.
Yeah, there's not very many better than he is at this.
Emmitt Smith used to be the same, and he's right there with Emmitt Smith.
But that's want to, Skip.
Okay, so now my man CeeDee Lamb, I have predicted he will emerge as a star this year, and he had star catches last night and unstar drops last night, because early on, he dropped 2 in the first series. I thought one was underthrown a little bit, but you got to go down and catch it. It's just a very catchable ball. He didn't quite get any mustard. You got to catch that. If you're the guy I think you are, you got to catch it. And then on the next play, you really got to catch that one.
Yeah, you got to catch.
Okay, and then he had the throw over the middle in traffic, and I know it's crazy in there, and a lot of bodies flying, but it was a rocket shot.
You know what's about to happen, Skip.
Okay, you can't tell me this ball didn't have some stuff on it, some juice on it.
I thought that was Dak's best throw of the night, Skip.
It was his best throw of the night in between 3 Buccaneers. That is a dangerous ball, and CeeDee couldn't quite hang on. He knew he was going to get rocked, but he rocks people too. He is very physical.
The thing is, Skip, when you're up high like that, I really never I didn't like the ball to cross my face.
Yep.
And what I mean by that, try to catch it like this. I want to turn by this, because that safety, I want to take that shot in the back.
It's not an easy catch. No. There's nothing easy about it. But if you're the guy I think you are, the guy we saw in burst because he caught the touchdown, and then he had a huge 31-yard catch late in the game to set up the field goal.
Right.
That's the guy I'm betting on this year.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of that last drive, here's the problem. The game finally, to the bitter end, it boils down to this. They get the ball at their 10-yard line with 4:52 left, and Dak was Brady-esque. And here he comes, and he converts a 3rd and 6. I'm sorry, they got a penalty on 3rd and 6, and then they converted 3rd and 1. And here he comes, and he keeps going, and they got the hold, but they got out of it because CeeDee, remember, that was 3rd and 11 at the 35, and CeeDee catches a 31-yarder.
Right.
I thought he might score on that one. But anyway, it gets down to 1st and 10 at the 34, and he throws one over CeeDee's head, which was the first play. Here it is. He was just covered, and he just threw it away.
Right thing,
I know, he was all over him. And then they try to hit Zeke on a try to catch him off guard, catch him asleep, and he got 4. And then on 3rd and 6, guess what happened? Connor Williams holds. and Zeke goes nowhere on a little swing pass.
He saved them.
Yeah, and so the point is now it's 3rd and 16 at the 40, and all he could do was just dump it to Amari, who got 10 yards. Well, now you're stuck because if you have to take this home. Those 3 plays right there have to be executed where you just go chunk, chunk, chunk.